All right, and why do we go? It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. Straight up energy reading. This is Mercury and Scorpio. And, you know, just I have it shuffled for a pre-shuffle. Just coincidentally, it's the moon randomly at the bottom of the deck I decided to use. This energy blends very well with the full moon energy that I've already pulled on, right? This is really powerful. Mercury and Scorpio in the current energy, surrounded, but just in the lead up to the 10-10 portal, and with that full moon in Aries, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's investigative, it's probing. I'm gonna shuffle. First card out's before the cut. That's why the fuck are we here? I'm gonna tell you, it's a deep conversation with somebody. Somebody doesn't just talk; it asks questions. It goes deeper, deeper, and deeper. You go down rabbit holes not by yourself, but with somebody else in this energy. It's probing, but it's to solve a problem. It's to solve an emotional problem. Generally, it revolves around the Three of Swords. Scorpio energies like to get to the bottom of Three of Swords. You know. Let's see where we go. Traditionally, soulmate cycles that were Scorpio energy themed, the separation phase is very short. Because Scorpio energies want to get to the bottom of things. They want to fix that, right? They want to talk about it. Let's go deep. Let's find out what the root of the problem is. So you got something like that going on with somebody, or it could be internally within yourself. It could be. Let's see. Let's see why the fuck we're here. The card before the cut. So why specifically for this reading? Why we're here? Five of Wands. See, we got a conflict. We got something that Scorpio. This is a joke for Scorpio energy. It's a joke. It's easy to, I don't mean it's funny, haha. I mean it's easy to handle. It's Five of Wands. It's a very mild energy. It's the weakest energy as it reflects to me. It could mean that something is a big deal to somebody and not a big deal to you. It could mean that. Take it as it resonates. But we've got a situation. You know, it's very minor. I think it's easily fixed in this energy, but there's something between you and somebody. There's a conflict. That other person, maybe you, maybe both of you, want to fix this. I'm reading the incoming energy and I say they want to fix it. I think it's a big deal to them. They may be making a mountain out of a molehill. That is possible, especially if they don't know how to handle the emotional energies. Let's see what comes after the card. What comes after the card? Yeah, Ace of Swords, reconciliation. See what I'm saying? You saw it right there. It's not a fucking card trick. There it is. That's why I like tarot. That's why I love tarot. It's a great medium for the energy. It reflects it nicely. I just use it as a medium, just sort of, am I reading the energy right? It's a reconciliation about something very minor, or I'm going to stick with I really feel strongly, I think it's a big deal for them. I don't think for you it is. It could be the reverse of that. It could be you think somebody's making it too small, and you're going to go really deep with them and explain to them why you're hurt. It could go either way. All right, it's a general reading. I'm reading for a lot of people, so I got to give it to you both ways. All right, let's shuffle the deck. Let's pull a reading. Mercury and Scorpio. It's almost perfection right now where this is happening. This is really nice. I like this. All right, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you're here for a reason. All right, it could just be one thing I say, and it might be near future influence for you. Could be distant future influence for you. You know, I don't know. Hell. Wow, I'm still drawn to that Five of Wands. I really am. I don't know which one it is. If it is somebody making light of something that means a lot to you, you will rip them a new one in this, an emotional new one. You will go deep in this energy. Yeah. Could be the other way around. Maybe you see somebody in a new light. I don't know. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. All right, are you ready? Let's see where we go here. Let's see where we go. I'm going to do a pyramid on this one because of the nature of the energy, right? It makes sense. I could get someone's feelings here. I can get how they see you, what they think about you, and I could get a final outcome, and I can pull up the 3 cards there. And then I'll just clarify whatever needs clarified, and we'll go from there, all right? Pull some universe cards at the end. I'll see what else the universe wants to tell you, and we'll probably extend this one. This is a really deep energy. I'd like to go deep with it. I'd like the extendeds to me are like almost personal because there's less energies to pull on. So anyway, the overall energy of this is 2 swords. You see it your way, they see it theirs. It's an energy that's been coming up a lot, right? Yeah, I just get that. What's fueling that? Yeah, I think one of you is surprised. I have to phrase it this way because it's a general reading. If I had you one-on-one sitting across from me, I could say which is which. I can't here. There's thousands of people fucking watching, right? Lately, somewhere anywhere between 11 and 18,000. So, I mean, it's just, there's a lot here. Either there's something, whatever this is, whatever that Five of Wands is that you need to discuss with somebody, there's stuff you don't know about it. Or there's stuff they don't know about it and you inform them. Either you get informed by them or you inform them about these things, these deep things. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. We're going to clarify with the Light Seer. I think it's the right deck to use for that. I don't know what's at the bottom. I wonder. Oh, yeah. I think somebody missed something here for sure. Absolutely. All right. Let's do this. Let's go. So how do they feel about you? I've got an energy. This may play out with a lot of different energies. Okay, it might. But I got to pull here on the big one, the main energy, the strongest one. That way it's for the most people, right? I mean, you may have a problem with your Uncle George, but that's not going to help, you know, everybody. It's not a personal reading, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. I got to pull, but there is one big energy here for sure. Wow, how do they feel about you? So take it as it resonates. Don't assume you know who it is. 9 Cups. That seems to be how you feel about this person. Again, roles can be reversed. I'm going to keep reminding you of that in this reading. Either, well, roles can be reversed. I'm just going to say you're sort of a wish come true for this person. Though I don't know that they treated you that way, or I don't know if they want to admit it, or I don't know if it played out that way. Let's keep going. Center card, 2 of Wands. That doesn't surprise me with 2 of Swords as the overall energy. We never, somebody feels like, it's almost like something didn't happen that was supposed to happen. It's tough to explain. Somebody feels like they got their, it's like getting a wish. I'll explain it to you this way. It's like you got a wish. You wished for something, right? You wished for, I don't know, whatever it is, something, and you didn't really get a chance to use it. Some other energy came in and ruined it, right? You wished for a big screen TV, you got it, you sat down with your popcorn, you're ready to watch a movie, and your neighbor just busts in and kicks it and breaks it in half. You never really got to use it, but you got it. It's a bit like that. I mean, it's strange as that sounds, it is a bit like that. It's the only way to describe it. We were supposed, it's like somebody's thinking about you, weren't we supposed to be together? What the hell happened here? You might be saying that, or they might be saying that. Or you might be saying, why does this keep happening? Or they might be saying, why does this keep happening? Or both of you might be saying that. I don't know. But I think my TV analogy is good. A wish came in, but you didn't get to, somebody feels like they didn't get full use of it. You know, never really got to experience it. All right, what's red with the 9 of Cups? Yeah, see, what did I say? I'll read the energy first, then I throw the cards. I don't know why I'm your second favorite. That's how you're supposed to do it, by the way. You're supposed to read the energy first, then throw the cards to check your work. It's just like learning music. If you're going to learn a song, the best thing to do to be a good musician, to train your ear, is to try to learn it by ear first, then get the sheet music and see how you did. That's sort of like what I do here. The same thing. That's how you get good at shit. This is how you train your intuition. I know some of you pull cards, you ask me for advice. There's your advice. See how you're doing, right? Just like learning a song. Learn it by ear first, see how close you came with the sheet music. Right? There you go. Done deal. Don't just start with the sheet music. That's not going to train your ear. Anybody can read fucking sheet music. Fucking hell. All right. Anyway, here we go. The same thing I could say about cards. I'll go 9 of Wands. We got resistance here. Somebody didn't get to dream interrupted. Wish fulfillment interrupted. I don't know. There's no other way to put it. That's how somebody feels. Somebody's hurt. Okay? They're hurt. I'd be hurt if the neighbor came in and kicked my new TV. I wanted that TV for a long time. Why'd you come in here and break it? You know, I'd be hurt. Somebody's hurt. I think a third, I'm trying to hint. I don't have evidence of it here. But there's a third energy flying around that got in the way. Now, it could have been an attitude. Everything is energy. It doesn't have to be a person. Anytime y'all watching a reading, and I know y'all cheat on me, it's fine. I don't care. As long as I know about it, it's cool. Right? Anytime you're watching a reading, somebody says there's a third party here, don't assume that's a person. I know they do a lot of times because I've seen some of those readings too. But it doesn't have to be a person. Everything is energy. A third energy could be a dog. It could be a telephone pole. It could be a toaster. Well, if a third energy got in the way of your relationship, if you broke up over a toaster oven, okay? Who was going to take the, you fought over the toaster oven. They said it was convection. You said it wasn't. You got into a big fight. You break up. The third energy, the third party that would come up in a tarot reading is the fucking toaster oven. So I don't know. There's some third energy here that got in the way and cock blocked this dream. Like my neighbor coming in and kicking the TV. Cock blocking my big screen dream, right? Something got in the way. Somebody is wounded though. Somebody's hurt in their feelings. It's my wounded warrior type thing people sometimes say about that card. All right. I think they want to talk about this. I got the blue, the only card here, aside from that, but we're not talking about it. The background color here is this blue. I think they want to talk about it, and they want to talk about it in relation to this, you know. There is some water here. There's some emotion. Somebody said, I get a little more sadness off of that. But the blue background card, the big bluey, is right there. I want to talk about that. Or you do. Roles can be reversed. How does this person think when they think about you? When they close their eyes and they dream about you? What's going on in that head of theirs, right? Too bad. I like that. Now, it's kind of funny. I'll tell you in a minute. What else? Yeah, the strength card. It's almost like somebody thinks you're probably better off just staying in their head. I could dirty it up a little bit. Steve Love Tarot, they almost think you're better off just staying in the spank bag. There's a lot less cleanup, you know, and then you don't have to have all that conversation afterward. You know, I think the problem, what I'm trying to say is I think the problem is this person here, when they think about you, they're worried about when they talk, it's going to get worse. If they talk to you, it's going to get worse. When you come together, it gets worse. You're better apart, right? You get along great when you're not speaking at a distance, and then when you come together, for some reason, it goes to shit. And it's because the energy is off. It almost feels like if I had to guess what the third energy is here, I'd say it wasn't a person. It could be. But if it is a person, it's their attitude. It's like a prevailing wind of attitude that's in the air. All right? I think each side thinks they're right about something, or each side, I got to try to do this for thousands of people, each side has a belief, okay? And they've been fairly rigid on it, or one side has. I think this energy loosens it up. It takes the blindfold off. All right, we'll see. Okay. What's the potential final outcome for you? This is your final outcome. I'm going to take a peek. I always tell you when I do. Okay. All right, it's the Hermit. I'm going to pull 3 here. I don't have to. That's a pretty good ending right there. Is it communication? Sort of. I'm going to pull the other 2. I think you got your communication coming from the full moon reading. This is what the communication is about and where it's going. We're not going to get like 8 wands here or some shit like that. And the Lovers. And the Lovers bookending that with the 7 of Cups down the middle. Yeah. I think we've got some healing coming to a soul connection here. I think we're going to go very deep. But I think whoever it is, I'm going to say it's them, just to avoid confusion and keep flip-flopping it on you. Roles can be reversed. I just say that again, please. Somebody didn't hear me until just then, trust me. All right. Somebody here, with what they're saying to you, I think you're going to be a little confused. I don't think it's what you thought was the issue, or I don't think it's how you thought they felt, okay? There's some confusion to it. You thought one way and it's another way. It's sort of that you see it your way, they see it theirs, but you never imagined what their way is. Roles can be reversed. They maybe never imagined what your way is. It could also be both with 2 swords here in the overall energy. Take it as it resonates. But we do have a predictive outcome for you of the Hermit and the Lovers. There's a lot of healing there with a soul connection. You have a conversation. I would say these 2 equal communication. I would say you got a conversation that's going deep. Okay? These 2, they can't be now thanks to YouTube's AI thinking it's porn if I do it. But these 2 are usually butt naked. Okay? And there's a reason for that. In this context, there's definitely a reason for that. Your souls are just naked to the world when you're talking to each other here. I mean, seriously, it is some deep shit. I think it's confusing though at the same time, because I don't think it's what you thought, how you thought somebody felt, or how you realized it. So try not to have any expectations within this energy. Don't make assumptions about how somebody else feels. Don't assume anything. You wouldn't want them to do that about you. So do unto others sort of energy, all right? Because again, we have here, and this sort of backs up what I'm saying, this confusion here, because this is a conversation. There's your communication card right there with the blue in the background, the throat chakra. There you go. But I'll tell you what, we've got hidden. There's something hidden. I think on both sides. I think both sides are going to be surprised, but there is something that comes to the surface. It is a little surprising. I feel the surprise here. I do. I'm going to clarify some shit. All right, so let's do that. Let's put that there. And let's grab the light seer. And let's clarify. I'm going to clarify what needs. I get that. I want to clarify the 9 of Wands. No, not yet. I'm going to clarify the 2 of Wands first. Okay. Let me see. Give me the 2 of Wands. I'm going to do 2 of Wands, 9 of Wands, Strength card, and the final outcome, which is centered around that. All right. 2 Wands. Why is that here? Just it. All right. Let's see where we go. Come on now. Boy, okay. We're going to shuffle all day? Okay. It's crossed by the 6 of Pentacles. And this other card, it wants to show itself. It's the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. It's an energy of plans getting canceled. Can I phrase it that way? There's just this thing around. There's just this air of disappointment around this. Something's going to happen and then it gets canceled at the last minute, or it doesn't go well. That might help you figure out who this is. It doesn't have to be your runner. It might be. But there's just this disappointment thing. There really is. All right. Is this going to be communication? Yeah, I figured, because we have it in the final outcome. It's the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Cups. Pair of 8s. Wow, what's the bridge? The 3 of Cups. This time, again, make plans and nothing happens. Nothing. It's just enough. I think everybody's wounded here in this connection. This is the energy to talk about that, and we do. And I think what you find out is not only very healing, it's very surprising. Somebody's going to show up here. This is my biggest card. I got communication, the 8 of Wands. Yeah. I got plans that never happened here with those 2 cards. But I've got the bridging energy on the 2 of Wands for this time, for right now, the 3 of Cups. I think this is someone anytime, I'll give you an example, just catch my drift. Anytime you find out this person might be calling you or might be reaching out or might want to do something, I think you get very excited about hanging out with this person. I think you would enjoy it very much. I think they're going to make another attempt. I think this time it sticks. I think it sticks this time. Not stinks. I think it sticks. All right. Let's see where we go. 9 of Wands. Why is that here? And and I'm not just talking about, don't assume, I'll do some of the lateral thinking for you. I'll help you out here. Don't assume that if you're someone out there thinking, oh, he means like an amusement park or something. I was excited to go to the amusement park with them. No. I mean, something bigger than plans, life plans, something, it's deeper than that. Everything right now is very deep, it's deeper. Anytime you go out with it might even be you hung out with this person, you thought something was going to come of it, and it didn't. That kind of a thing, I mean, if you're one of my 12-year-old viewers, it's probably the amusement park. Sure, they didn't. You thought they were going to win you the prize at the dart popping at the balloon popping game with the darts, and they didn't. They couldn't even hit one. Like that. Look, if they can't even hit one of the balloons, you probably don't want them anyway. Look, I'll just be honest with you. There's going to be plenty of people in your life. Okay. All right. 9 of Wands. Why is that here? I got a pair of 9s, a pair of 8s, and a pair of 9s. Man, I'm going to win this poker game. All right, here we go. 9 Wands. Somebody wounded here. I'm pulling on the wounded energy, the wounded aspect. This is what they want to talk about. They're hurt. It's almost like a conversation an energy that seems to flow of, I'm hurt that you would think that I feel this way. Right? Maybe you want to say that to them. I don't know. That's just the way it feels to me. Just catch my drift. I take feelings and translate them into words. So, cut me some slack if I'm a little off. But, something along those lines. Why is the Nine of Wands here? What's all this wounded shit? All right, life's too short for this. We're not here in these vessels long enough to worry about crap like this. That's why I said, if you're my 12-year-old viewer and they can't even pop one balloon with a dart, fucking cut them loose. It's fine. Soulmate or not, there's plenty more coming. All right, the Magician, crossing the Nine of Wands. Somebody hides. Somebody's wounded here, but it's in part their fault. They were hiding something from you. This is an energy. What did I say? Rewind. Way back at the beginning of this reading, I may have said it. I don't know. This is an investigative energy. It's probing. It goes deep. It's a great energy if you're a journalist and you're investigating something. You're going to go deeper than normal. You'll win a prize for your work at the end. I mean, somebody's wounded. Yes, I don't know if they blame shifted or not. I hope we don't get a King of Wands on top of this. If we do, they're going to blame shift it back on you. And I think that's probably where your confusion might be. I don't know. But somebody's wounded here, but it's in part their own fault because they hid something from you. And I think, if nothing else, that's part of what you're surprised about or confused about. Wow, I never imagined that, kind of a thing. So what's on top here? Strength card. Well, that's pretty cool because it's right there. It could be somebody was pretending to be cool when they're not. Somebody was pretending to be strong when they're not. Somebody was pretending that they didn't like you when they really did. Whatever it is, they're the cause of their own wound. They put up this wall. They caused it. Why is the Strength card here? Yeah, the Two of Cups. What's the bridging energy? Yeah, the Five of Swords. Self-sabotage. It's what I said. That's why I pulled that. It's what I said. Somebody did it to themselves. It's self-sabotage. It's Five of Swords. False victory, bittersweet victory. I mean, they're wounded, but they kept something from you. And I think they kept the depth of their feelings from you, or how much you're this. How much you're this Nine of Cups for this person. If you don't tell people, it's very rare in life we find out how people actually feel about us, It's very rare. People hide it. They cover it in dreams and laughter, and they say, I just kidding. They'll say something really good. They go, just kidding, right? Like that. They try to pass it off and whatever. Everybody wants to do anytime you do that, it's that. Just say what you feel, If it makes somebody uncomfortable, that's their problem, not yours. If it makes you uncomfortable, good, you'll grow. I mean, it's fine. All right. Anyway, do what you want to do. You don't want to end up like this person. This person, listen, the other side, the DM side in particular, which is kind of what's coming through here, in this soulmate cycle, is a cautionary tale at the very least. All right, it really is. I said I'd pull on this Strength card, and I'm going to. Let me just, in an effort not to make a mess here. Give me the Strength card. So, somebody figures it's better off to keep you spinning in the air, right? Hold on to your energy and not really do anything with it. But there's a lot of passion here. Maybe they're afraid they might, I don't know. I think they feel like something, every time they say something, it goes wrong. I think anytime your two energies come together, it goes wrong. But I think that's on some level. But I think that's because of a third energy that's present, a third, what other readers may call a third party. But it might be a person, it might just be, it feels like an attitude to me. So it could be an attitude of a third person, or it could just be whenever you two come together. See, our energies, each individual energy is like a recipe, right? Or is like an ingredient in a recipe. But each one of us is made up of a whole bunch of different energies. So you've got a whole bunch of different energies here making you up, and a whole bunch of energies here making them up. And sometimes when two people come together, it doesn't taste good. It creates, it's almost like if you mix two things together, sometimes it creates a smell. It stinks a little bit. It's a bit of that, It's got kind of a rotten egg smell to it. I think we can get past that in this energy. But it seems to be your two energies coming together create this third energy. That's the way it feels to me. So it feels less like a third person. Now, if it is a third person, your two energies coming together aggravate that energy in some way. Okay? Or aggravate that person in some way. So it can play out either way. I just want to make sure you're aware that everything is energy, and everything means fucking everything. So if you're reading energy, especially in a reading like this, and a third party comes in, well, it doesn't have to be a person. Like I said, it could be a toaster oven. Queen of Pentacles flew out of the deck. You may have seen it. I think it landed somewhere over here. I didn't look. But Page of Cups at the bottom. Oh, I get this. This is what this person thinks. Oh, okay. Why is that here? Let me see if I'm right. Yeah. The Death card. The person thinks you're a buzzkill. Well, that's what they tell themselves anyway. I don't want to call it. Look, we already know you're their 9 cups. We already know they're a self-sabotagey fucker. We already know you're soulmates. We already know they got some passion for you. We already know that they hit it really good, and now they're wounded. I get it. You know, it's in part their own damn fault. So people do this all the time. We compensate. Oh, well, I didn't. It's the equivalent of, oh, well, I didn't want it anyway. I didn't want it anyway. Somebody thinks, I'll riff on the energy. Take it as it resonates. I'll help you with the lateral thinking a little. Somebody... Oh, they think you're high and mighty. They think you think that you're better than them. They feel like they think you're better than them, and that hurts their ego. So they keep you hanging. Rejecting you makes them feel superior, right? It might be that. It could be 1,000 different things. I could go on for 20 minutes. All you got to do is catch my drift. The bridging energy, the net result on strength, which has, it's the card with strength on top of it here. It's the 9 of Wands. I got the 9 of Wands with strength. I got strength book ending the 9 of Wands. Again, this person's the cause of their own problems. They need to really tell you, look, Steve's viewer, you're my 9 of Cups. Okay? Or roles can be reversed and you need to tell somebody this, and this is all about you. Okay? Look, this is human nature, this middle part here. What I was talking about. That's human nature. We do it all the time. It's the equivalent, again, of saying, well, I didn't want it anyway. I mean, you know damn well you did, but you say it so that you feel better about not getting, that kind of a thing. All right? It is what it is. It's when your friend gets a better car than you, you're like, well, I wouldn't want one of those. I want the Yaris. I definitely, yeah. Maserati, whatever. I'm going to give me a Yaris is a better car. Definitely a better car. Okay, yeah, you keep telling yourself that guy. Okay. At the end of the day, that's sort of what's going on here. It's a compensation, sort of compensating for it, sort of a thing, right? All right. Okay. Well, I think you make them feel small. Can I put it that way? I think you do. I think this is, yeah, I don't think this is you. I don't think, if this is somebody making you feel small because you did show up here, I think maybe they do it by, again, rejecting you. If that feedback's on you, they feel big when they say no, or when they cancel plans, or when they disappoint, or something along those lines, or when they don't tell you how they feel, or when they're hiding something from you. It makes them feel superior. Right? I know something you don't know. Right? That kind of thing. My 12-year-old viewer will get that. Right? You know that. Kids do it all the time at school. Right? All right, here we go. All right, let's see. Let's pull on the final outcome. I don't know. My stats tell me I got one person under 13 that comes here. Where the hell are y'all parents? Okay? What the hell? Cut the crap. Anyway, it's probably one of those. It's probably not someone under 13. It's the fucking internet. It's probably some weirdo 40-year-old perv in their parents' basement who says they're a teenager and goes to those chat rooms all the time. Those ones that Chris Hansen used to have arrested, right? Chris Hansen and the Flagler Beach Police, right? Remember that? Oh, fucking hell. To Catch a Predator. There we go. Stop it. Put your real age. All right, here we go. Here we go. Final outcome for you. A little bit of confusion, but we're having a deep conversation and we're healing. We're healing here. We really are. All right. crossed by the Ace of Wands. Again, we get an ace in relation to this. The cut cards, we had reconciliation. We had Five of Wands. I think that Five of Wands before the cut is, you can make short work of this. This isn't as big a deal as people. I think there's a misunderstanding between you two. I think the whole thing on some level is some sort of emotional misunderstanding, and there's a third energy that's created when you come together as a byproduct, and it smells funny. All right? I mean, it's the only way I can phrase it. You don't want to take me literally. Just catch my drift. Imagine you have a friend and you like them, right? Just go with me on this. You like that friend. You would love to hang out with them, but every time they call you to come over, you don't want to go because they got this weird smell in their house and you don't like it. And it irritates the hell out of you, right? It makes you feel small. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel terrible. And then you're sick for 2 days after it because you're allergic to something in their house. That's an energy. You know, you notice it more because your two energies come together and that smell is there, and then that reminds you of them. Right? Can we apply it that way and sort of take some of the hocus pocus out of it? That's all that's going on here. There's something about this. It could be a person that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And I think you make them feel small, and I think that's the bad taste, and then they try to feel superior, and then they hide from you their true feelings, which then backfires, because that's a big energy to try to hold back. So now what we've got is we've got big boy, big girl energies, everybody pulling up their big boy, big girl pants and having real conversations, you know, about really what's going on. For a lot of you, this is a family member. This reads as a fucking family thing for sure, for a lot of you. Either way, I think you've got a reconciliation coming. I think you've got a shot at a new beginning. I don't know that it sticks, is what the Ace of Wands might be saying. This can go out. This can blow out with the slightest wind. It's like a match, right? You got to hold it and keep it nurtured to keep it going. What's on top here? The Knight of Swords. We've got communication coming. I wasn't kidding. I said this card really represents that with the blue background. It does. You're gonna say something, or they're gonna say something. It could be one thing you say. I say that about my readings, but it's true in this conversation. There's one thing you need to say to them, or they need to say to you, that changes everything. But it does confuse you a bit. Like it sort of knocks you back. Like, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Right? Maybe they come at you, if it's them, and tell you how you sometimes make them feel small. You sometimes they look at you and they you know, I don't know, they don't like themselves when they look at you. That might take you aback a little bit, because there is that Nine of Cups here. There is a strong connection, right? Why is that here? The King of Cups. Yeah. I think how somebody feels, they're going to say that one thing that brings change. They're going to say how they feel, something they didn't say before. I think you say it too. I think that's this energy. That's Mercury in Scorpio. You know, it really is. The bridging energy here. It's not very confusing. We knew it had to come out. I mentioned it at some point. I said I didn't want it on the Nine of Wands. I don't necessarily want it here, but it's in the best place it could have fallen in the final outcome. Bookending the Seven of Cups, the bridging energy, is the Burger King, the King of Wands. What you may find, and don't take offense by this, I'm sure you're awesome. Okay? I'm sure you're a terrific person who doesn't judge people or anything like that. I know you are, right? It's fine. What you may find in this energy is that you misjudged somebody, or somebody may find that they misjudged you, or both. You may find you misjudged each other, and I think that's part of the reason this Two of Swords is here. You're both a little bit blind to a certain thing, a certain truth, a certain feeling, a certain aspect of your connection. That third energy, that smell. Why don't we, every time we get together? Well, every time we get together, you want to go away. Yeah, because there's that smell. Drives me crazy, right? It's like that. It's just like that friend's house. They're like, well, you must not like me much as a friend. Every time you come over, you're like 5 minutes late for the door, right? As soon as you get there, you're 5-10 minutes late for the door. Yeah, your house smells funny. There's just something about it. I don't want to get there. If we could meet somewhere else, we'd get along great and have fun, right? That's sort of what's happening here. This energy allows you to go deep enough to meet somewhere else, to get away from that third energy and get to the root of an issue. I think you're surprised. I think you've each misjudged each other on some level or some aspect of your connection. If not, if it's not each of you, it's just one of you. But I feel like the Two of Swords is here because it's each of you. Let's see what else the universe wants to say, and we'll go pull some wicked voodoo on this. Well, you know, look, I don't know if you noticed. This is a very truthful energy, okay? This is about getting to the heart of the matter. It's investigative. It asks probing questions. It gets real, right? It's what the kids used to call real talk. Right? Like that kind of a thing. I don't know if they still say that or not. I have no idea what the kids are doing. Okay, I stay inside. I'm afraid of them. So, at the end of the day here, it's that kind of energy. All right. My point is there's no 7 swords on the table. There's no devil on the table. There hasn't been for the whole fucking reading. You know? There's just not. Is there a devil at the bottom of this? No. Judgment. Is there a devil at the bottom of this? No, Queen of Swords. Is there a devil at the bottom of this? No, 5 of Cups. A lot of regret. One of the cards that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle. I don't have a devil anywhere. And the final message to you, I still don't. I got bliss. The final message to you is 4 wands, 10 cups, 7 wands, and 6 pentacles. Okay? The more this is a message for you. So I think you need to be chatty here. The deeper you go, the deeper they'll go. Okay? The deeper you go, the deeper they will go. The more you give, the craziest shit you say, your wildest fantasies, share it. You know, go overkill. It's sort of like when I tell you, if you want the moon, shoot for Mars. You'll get somewhere in between. If you just shoot for the moon, you won't quite make it. Right? So if you're going to dream big. And be happy with just a little bit before it. And you'll be fine. It's a bit of that here. Okay? But I think that falls on you. I think, and this comes up a lot, I think the DF lights the wick on this energy. And it makes sense because it's a very emotional energy. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. I'll tell you what. What do we get here? I'm trying to, there's our 5 of Wands. It's back. There's our 5 of Wands. And on top of that, in between the two, is the Page of Swords. Again, I think the key to remember here is you got to try to figure out why you make this person feel small. I think if you can do that and you can alleviate that, you'll be in good stand. You'll have the high ground with this person. Okay, that's going to play out 1,000 different ways. I don't know, and I'm not implying that you're some kind of prick or domineering, whatever. I'm not saying that. Sometimes that's just people's perception. This is a very ego-based person. Ego-based people like to be the big man. They like to be on top. This is the type of person that will destroy a house trying to fix pipes before they'll call a plumber, who could probably just do it in half the time and without all the mess, right? They got to feel like the hero, like the big man. They got to pay for stuff. They got to pull a lot of cash out. They got to look good. You know, they're the ones who, doesn't matter if the car is broken down as long as it looks good. We do the paint first. You know, I mean, what? No. You know, what restoration school do you go to, right? It's a bit of that. So I think the deeper you go, the crazier talk. I mean, yeah, it's real talk, but crazy talk. I mean, crazy deep. The more you have an advantage here, the more you get to the bottom of this, the more you get to solve this, and probably the more surprised you'll be. Okay? I still don't have a devil. I still haven't been able to find one. I don't even know where the fuck the devil is, or a 7 of Swords. I'm digging. I'm just curious. How far away were we? Oh, we way gone. Look, I got like half the fucking deck here. We way gone. We haven't even hit a 7 swords yet. Or a devil. I mean, there he is. Look at that. I think. Yeah, pretty much way down in. Too far in to be part of the reading. And the 7 of swords would be even deeper. So, you know. This is an energy where you're not going to be intimidated to reveal your deepest emotions. So go. Shoot for Mars, especially if you want the moon with whoever this is. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links at the top of the description. All right, good luck.